Good afternoon, respected teachers and my dear friends. Today I'm here with a small PPT on working of frequency counter. First, let us know what's a frequency counter. Frequency counter is an electronic component or an instrument which is used to measure frequency. Frequency counter usually measures the number of cycles of oscillation or pulse in a periodic electronic signal. The one which is made in China is known as simometer. There are various types of frequency counter. The first one is bench frequency counter. It is the most commonly used type of frequency counter. The next one is PXI frequency counter, handheld frequency counter, panel meter, and the frequency counter used in digital multimeter. How does a frequency counter work? The crystal oscillator is a very stable frequency which is used to, means it generates a high range of frequency in megahertz. It is then processed to decade dividers which lowers the frequency. Say if the order is of 10 to the power 6 megahertz and we want to make it to the order of 10 to the power 3, then we need to use 3 decade dividers. It is then accepted by the gate flip-flop and it then passes to the AND gate. The AND gate passes it to the counter, it counts the number of pulse and sends it to the display circuit. It is stored in the display circuit unless and until we reset the counter. Working of a frequency counter. Frequency counter measures a signal in the first slit into the pulse setting. It operates by counting the number of lines the signal passes to the voltage point to a trigger point in a duration. The frequency counter works on two modes to generate the pulse and the time delay. After the whole calculation inside the frequency counter, the frequency of the pulse becomes visible onto the LCD or LED. Block diagram of the frequency counter. Here we can see that two counters are used. It is then passed to the multiplexer and hence the working of the frequency counter is done. How do we count intervals in a frequency counter? The term frequency counter can also be applied. This term can also be applied to devices that measure frequency without distinguishing between the positive and the negative frequencies. The signal in the device, each and every frequency counter has a clock signal. The signal in the device feeds to the divider circuit. It divides the clock signal down to a low frequency for use by the rest of the counter. The option in a frequency counter we need to set a time interval. The option displayed is 0.1 second, 1 second and 10 second. It is an effective tool for measuring alternating current and direct current. This is what we have seen how a frequency counter works. Thank you.